There's a well-kept secret very close to where we live and work. People pass by several times a day without actually seeing this gem within our midst. Little Sugar Creek starts at Cordelia Park to the north, then meanders peacefully through 15 miles of urban and residential areas in Mecklenburg County, past the South Carolina border to the Catawba River.
I used to play in this creek. We lived near here from the time I was 2 until I was 9, and we played in it when it was probably so dirty we shouldn't have. But some of my earliest memories are Little Sugar Creek and Freedom Park.
The Sugary Indians first settled along this creek in the mid-1600s. Later, Scotch-Irish settlers saw the creek as a way to carry their products to market in Charleston. But efforts to dredge and redirect Little Sugar Creek began its slow destruction. As it became more and more polluted, it eventually became known as the Dirty Ditch. It wasn't until the mid-70s that Liz Hare, the first female chair of the Mecklenburg County Commission, saw the creek's potential.
Charlotte was just trying as hard as it could be to be like Atlanta. So they were paving over everything. They were building big buildings. They were tearing down lovely old buildings. And they paved over the Little Sugar Creek there at Midtown. And then across Independence Boulevard, they paved over a parking lot, built a movie theater. Then I got interested in greenways. I actually remembered Shakespeare, someone talking about England, this emerald set in a silver sea. And I thought, this greenway will be an emerald necklace through Mecklenburg County.
As a county commissioner, Liz Hare found a $200,000 grant to plan a greenway for Charlotte-Mecklenburg. And so the process began, slowly. After decades of indecision, Little Sugar Creek's future was finally decided through a series of town meetings and workshops, and then a master plan adopted in 2004. That year, voters approved a bond referendum that earmarked $10 million for the project. As city and county leaders gathered with area residents to dedicate the Westfield Road section of the Little Sugar Creek Greenway, many there remembered the severe flooding which forced them from their homes in 1995, and again just 2 years later.
As the Westfield residents learned, a floodplain is not a suitable place for homes, but it's a perfect place for a picturesque footpath. Now, this 1-mile section of Little Sugar Creek has been restored. The water, the surrounding habitat are attracting birds, fish, small animals, dragonflies, and other wildlife.
And what we found out, it wasn't just water that we were removing from the basements and the first floor and at times the second floor of these houses. It was also pollution. Because that's what this is all about. In addition to providing a beautiful greenway, it's about cleaning up the environment. And that's where the city of Charlotte and the county of Mecklenburg are working very well together with our stormwater services. And that is to clean up these waterways and our creeks and free them from pollution.
And this has been a combined effort on the part of a number of different federal, state, and local agencies that have brought this thing to fruition today.
This section of Little Sugar Creek behind Park Road Shopping Center was one of the most chronically flooded problems in Mecklenburg County. Starting in year 2000, we acquired 65 structures in this area and removed them from the floodplain. With that, we constructed wetlands to improve the water quality, restored the stream channel itself, and built a greenway.
Greenways connect people, people to people, and people to business. Completion of the Westfield section of the Little Sugar Creek Greenway is a collaboration of not only 12 city and county agencies, it's a collaboration that includes the people who live there.
Everything we do is citizen-driven and aids in the building of this community. The neighbors, the community at large, it fits in with our overall 185-mile Greenway Master Plan that will provide significant connectivity to diverse neighborhoods across Mecklenburg County and even spilling over into the state of South Carolina.
A greenway in the middle of the city may seem like something you wouldn't really think of, but that's the perfect place to put it because we need more green space, but parks, big parks, are hard to come by. So it's really nice when we can put together this ribbon of green that is accessible to everybody, sort of regardless of where you live in the county.
I think Mecklenburg County and I think Charlotte Saw the wisdom some 38, 40 years ago to really say this is not only a public health, safety, and welfare issue, but this is about connecting people to a very viable, feasible, suitable amenity within the community. Throughout the United States, cities that have invested in their greenways have a payback that has been extraordinary. It is a fact that private development located on or near greenways and waterways have a higher appreciable market value than otherwise.
There's so much wildlife here you can't imagine. If you're in the middle of Charlotte. And then of course up and down Little Sugar Creek, which has been restored to as much as possible its natural habitat, you can see there are mallards and there are yellow-bellied turtles and there are soft-shelled turtles, and we see fish swimming around. So this is going to turn out to be probably Charlotte's greatest signature piece, and I hope to see this completed in about the next 5 years. But it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of money, and it takes everybody staying behind this wonderful vision for Charlotte.
A third of the cost for the Little Sugar Creek Greenway is expected to come from community sponsorships and naming opportunities. Build a brick, endow a tree, a bench, a flowering bush, or recruit a committee of friends, neighbors, and businesses to develop a section of the trail. For more information about these opportunities, call 704-336-3854 or on the web at partnersforparks.org.